Alrighty, hello everyone, Terry Was Miles here, and we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV. Whew! Oh, sorry. Away. And... Deadline, Christmas Eve. So tempted. So very, very tempted. How much? Okay. And we're starting off.
Could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
Blasting off again! Oh.
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Huh. Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
Wow.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
Probably.
But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperites?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
You should.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You trying to drive me mad?
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Duh.
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up.
Sounds about right.
It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
I'm gonna go and fetch the what's-its.
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Are we gonna see
Understood.
Sid?
I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
Alright.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-Sword expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists, or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Any road, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship.
Who's Serena? I don't recognize the name. Hang on a second, let me look her up. Oh, okay.
I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Wow, she sounds kind. That's so weird. I have never heard her so soft before.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking. And I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Gone then. It's times like these are reminded how famous or infamous Alphalin has become. Who would have thought that he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Oh? Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know, and you to find out. And on that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck!
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
We've fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Are our deficiencies so plain to see?
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
This is just beautiful.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... Ah. That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
Yep.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and... Is that...
Donatello?
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Guess we're going back to the Ruby Sea? Sorry, I'm eating, sir. Though our friends are searching for the refined adamantite and sacred relics, we only know if they'll meet the requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there else we ought to be of service? Ha! You're already done more than enough. If I have to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about delegating technology. You there! Lad with the red eyes and matching hair. Seem to know more than an average scholar. Ha! If only Master Kukul knew how right he was, while he and Garaha established a rapport. Why don't we help with the preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, we mean going above and beyond in terms of our arrangement. I propose a non-Kirk favour. As confident as I am we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be a good opportunity to familiar ourselves with the logic traversing the great expanse. And if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Wait, you have a bunch of help from buggers. If you mind, lend a hand. I'll show you where you have to go. Charlie and Hamlet. It's lousy with researchers and scholarly types busying themselves peering in these exodus. Don't need help carrying them yet. Well then, off we go. Well, I can tell a lot of people actually live down here. Don't know how much help we can be of each other, but I dare say the benefit of some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Motica mentioned. Stop asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the 8th right once our work is done. Oh, hello. You one of the new helpers? Looking around the better. Oh dear. I have to cover the stats and all that fun. Even so, I choose that over my current duties. Checking the load samples every day, day in, day out. It's tireless, thankless work. Still, no one's cross if I misplace some Hula gleams or what have you. I've got enough on my plate without it, as it is, with deciding who's on board the Ark when powerful people have opinions about them. My heart goes out to Master Fortitude and all the others. I'll get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? Oh, I love that. Up in with the Ark! Even with the power Master Chronicles managed to squeeze out to the 8th man, it's still not enough, apparently. Now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running and trapped all over. We'll begin the exodus sooner. People are dying, and there's no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. We will. Spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan, all will be well. Offering to help. Oh, that's very kind, but I wouldn't be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. Should be able to. Ooh. Like your outfit. Mostly a list of things we'll need once we arrive on the moon. Then whichever stars we choose is our next home. My duty is largely concerned with the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier as we depart. I hear that Lulu collaborators will come down to assist in our efforts. Looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after hearing communicating with them in such limited capacity this far. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even the slightest idea what they look like. You hope they're not enormous, looming giants. Well, good news on that front. Why, I much prefer something small and fluffy like that beheaded rabbit that went by. Yeah, it's like this. Sorry, had to blow my nose. Fancy meeting you here, Terry. Our friends at the forum brought us here for the teeny tiny toy boat, which is quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Ethereus itself, though we now find ourselves sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare, and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around. Or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Oriangia and your good self. Since you're both joltily about, engage us in idle chit-chat. Perhaps you could share us viewpoints of interest. Wouldn't that be fun? As you might, Oriangia cannot free itself. Labyrinthus. Suggestion. Given the similarities between this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow, it'd be in our best interest to have the Labyrinthos acquaint themselves with these conditions deemed optimal by their Shaolin collaborators. I fear, however, continuing reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing their broadening their perspective. Maybe you're better to lead this adventure? Marvelous idea. Maybe we go to that big Watson over there? Ah, yes, the Watson. I'll leave the expedition to you. Well, at least I don't have the whole herd of rabbits next to me. They look like water towers. That's bizarre. Goodness me! To build something so large without creation magics. It's positively stupendous. Excuse my spit. Perhaps you could direct our attention to most important features. Looks like the trees in the best enclave. Hold on, that's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big at the round at the top. Quite tall for something that's on balance too. Now it all makes sense. That's where they store their water. Very good. A little hard to see from here. That golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks. And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water down below. Very good. No water I hear from inside that great big tube. Must be because of those carvings and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see! That's how they drop the water! Probably some sort of spiral ship mechanism inside it too. Very good! Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground. Similarly, with some sort of other mechanism, it's purified here and then stored in that tower to be distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! A design so brilliant in simplicity, I dare say it would only take a moment to install even the hardiest environments. For the poorest, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable resource of water is the utmost importance in any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that people in Etheria sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Famine are built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear. I really won't be able to secure the necessary amount. Provide enough water to keep them from dying out completely, but it would appear they rely on more than we anticipated. Just a few adjustments may be in order once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. Also may be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphalid spoke of the machinery responsible for that feature during our journey through the Longest Alphalid Unit. Perhaps the reports will share this application near Marvel? Oh yes, it sounds absolutely splendid! We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlene Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to breathe the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. Couldn't help but notice the many dangerous looking creatures' big nasty teeth lurking behind the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted by those burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, no. Too many. A hungry predator with the affable big nasty teeth. The produce may appear to be plentiful and rather appetizing sources of nutrients. Might I impose upon thee to insist on securing passage? For my part, I shall escort to living way and cooking way. I trust you may go with thee. More valiant protector they could ever wish for. It's all the same with you. I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, going away to the water extraction list. What's it? Thank you so much. I hope this water extraction once is worth the harrowing experience. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp with that same to you. My friends, would you welcome to Monster Alpha? Our destination just lie at the top. Wait, follow me. Marvelous, simply marvelous. So this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. Perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. Knowledge here will gain will be essential when we start looking for new stars. For your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. Well, very lucky the Theorius just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. We demand the kind turn out the way they are because of the available resources. Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. Can't wait to see more of it. Shouldn't even been able to breathe on the moon. What the heck? Very wonderful, I'm sure, but I'm rather hoping we learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and the consumables you seek may be found at the ergonomics. As I imagine, Signway and the others intend to study every conceivable fragment of this apparatus. Would you be so kind to escort our visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Orianjo was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if not too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to something like myself. Not to mention the theories will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time. The book no further delay. Place, yes. Heedy aroma was enough to guide me here. I spotted several fruits and vegetables featured in your compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permissions are often caught put in pies. Well, perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge of being willing to pop a few samples? Now I got the rabbit with me. What a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you. Want to climb down the mine shaft? I'd show you around if I could, but rushed off my feet preparing for this exodus. Not the only one. Gotta go find ways to do down here and up there. First on the moon, then whichever star form decides to become our new home. Also sudden, so unreal. What do you want to go to? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. How carefully it's all planned. We'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can't take may not survive the new environment, so many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if you may. By all means, help yourselves. I should appreciate my good fellow. So where do we go? Let's see. How about grapes? Perfect. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes. Let's see if they're delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. It tastes much like a ripe, luscious carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. Contrast between our outer skin and the fruit, which is some peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. That simply gives me food for thought. If I were far less for cereal manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what's your opinion on the grapes? Oh, the subtle hints. I brave an erupting volcano for a twist punch. Yes, they are rather malicious, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, if I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Orange by the name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, this equal parts sweet and sour. The grapes, yet nothing alike. I have to consult Uyanja about expanding my vocabulary. Simply cannot find words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter? Well, complicated when you know. So many flavors and so many choices. All individual without their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turn your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous, though they seem. In my estimation. Let no one say that I said otherwise. Speaking of carrots. I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's the field of there. The color, the texture. Are they some sort of enormous round carrots? No? In any case, proper non-disclosure is less concerned at any rate. Blech! It's so hard and flavorless. May as well be chewing a piece of wood. All confirms that this is nothing but begotten failures masquerading as begotten the carrots. No, you... Stop! You can't... You see, there's the pumpkins! No one day since we try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it all bother? Far from it. Cooking is a joy in itself. And what's more, broadens the range of ingredients we may safely eat. Above all else, cooking allows us to draw the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps these hard blocks of plant matter can be used as delicious orange I sampled. I wonder, though, anything more delicious? How about that yellow fruit over there yonder? Yellow fruit. Oh, an apple! Or are they pears? What a wondrous fragrance. When their luck fell with match. I have no idea of these are eaten. I'll just bite into it. Is this... Why then? A lemon? I mean, it's not supposed to taste like this. Those are lemons? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ah! Maybe some time before my plate because for this ordeal, as such had best call into this round of sampling. Let's say our farewell and return to the others. Well, considering the fact that you just bit into it. Here, shall you? Just found something you like it. Rather normal by the grapes and oranges. Less so about the pumpkins, though I just found out that after it's raw. And there was lemon. Siva. It's violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave without bad taste in your mouth. Always the one. So I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If it doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it illuminates me to spend the opportunities to... Ooh. It come up there. In your indiscriminable ways. Very well. Lemon muffin, do your worst! This is delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough, creating perfect harmony. Never would have guessed that vile bitterness can be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See? I rarely use lemon in its natural state, but its starting role in its sort of recipes is the same true for any other ingredient. It comes down to making most of the resources at our disposal. Sometimes, that can even get to the difference between life and death. I know we'll not be able to take every species with us. I have to form agonize over what's worth preserving, and what will be consistent to history. Our choices. But make them we must if we are to survive. Such strength of will. Now I will hide on diseases in your kind. Mankind. For the Puratus. We're both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn from nature's sentient life and fates of the stars themselves. Once the civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal, a paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed of the cost accounts for the futile quest, and all too often become architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to content with what we have tried and make the mod of it. Most of it. When life gives you lemons, you make lemon muffins. Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the hells are you on about? And who are you anyway? Cookie Way, at your service. I'm here to prepare the trip for the moon. And once you get there, we'll be able to try my carrots. I'm a grow all different kinds. Don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetherius' species as possible. If you're up for the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive. Possibly. Let's go see if around here and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? There was supposed to lightning, especially the part of the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Lemon Oscar is home to the Culinarians Guild, and many less savory environments. But they had time to visit. The more I learn of Aetherius, the more I wish we could spare from the final days. Alas, Heidel's orders start to flee, not to resist. Only there was some other way. Terry, I trust time at the Argonomics did bear fruit. I hate you for that. How dare you use that pun? Oh, jeez. Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an investment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them. And us. Fourfold. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to the hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend each and every Lepori tier should you have further questions from our sides. Aww. What's wrong? Yes, Terry, that was indeed verbalized me aside to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetherius and Lumsden Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. How are your forests like this? Abandoned, at least. Black Shroud is quite leafy indeed. Has felt most tranquility. Oh! Gasp, I say! The star so wonderful it comes to no surprise if your reluctance to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Not at all. Thy bikes are no less worthy of their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Thancred! How dost thou fare? I was able to claim a fair bit of the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that the single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may find other ways to enlighten the burdens. Me? Be used to people? I'm honored that you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe you. If you say so, I suppose I can have to try. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Sorry about that nose. It's annoying. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you could start with him? It's as good a place as any. Come! Oh, can I help you? It's you who would help me. It's my anxiety is so truly obvious. A burden shared is a burden need. Pray tell us of your troubles. Those little fellas do look like good mercenaries. I'm an engineer, you see. What they say of the ship. That's the sum of decades of Charlian ingenuity. It's built with peerless Allegarian technology. It's all true, but I know. None of that's a guarantee. Never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it into the great expanse. All tests we run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard the first voyage. And even so, if it fails us, what can we do? If it doesn't, fall apart in the next fight. One after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening. But it hardly matters. I thought that the Aetherbur's design was flawless, too. Look how it turned out. I'm familiar with those most daunting technologies, and thus... And do you hold the power to ally the Hemispheres? I'm not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship design that you're especially worried about? Our ability to walk on the platform are tasks, for one. I've devised means in which to employ gravity, a supernatorial spell, to regulate the environment. Well, that's not strong enough. If everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we left the star. Ah, gravitation. Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there, it's not so different from down here, you see. Same rules apply. And if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate planes... I suspect both parties share comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's tale be true, there are others who benefit insight born of experience. Might I prevail upon the laborious to attend to them? Excellent idea, if I do say so myself. Does not we ought more than to ease the hearts of fine people of Aetherius, and to learn more about it while they're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them here. Terry, you have a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek out the distressed and apprehensive. Inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here. And I might introduce a suitable report. Oh, I do look forward to that. Place for every little port, never ported in that place. This is so cute. What I think about? Medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with systems of our sages and surgeons. But it's to imagine every illness or injury that one might face. The great expanse is beyond any of us. Say nothing of the effects of living out indefinitely might have on the body. Crew from the moon. I don't know, think of that. Eight? Ah. In words than I, yet I think work goes faster. Schedules are such temperamental things. Feasible one moment and the bollocks the next. And yet I've never felt so alive! Only sleep could save her now. You! Yes, you idiot! Have you seen an envelope lying about? This imbecile refused to give me the alchemaic I ordered without that bloody slip of parchment. Spell to make me remember where I dropped my damn envelope. I doubt they'll be more help to you. You wasted enough time already. Jeez. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! I'm sorry, mid-tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought back with us to the moon. However, the suitability of few species is under debate. I hardly make for deduction myself when I know so little about the environment up there. Including the porous discussion's a wonderful idea. Absolutely, I will, thank you. Biology is self-absorbed something as well. Self-talking outbreaks. That'll be more fashion than city of brooding. Attempting to calculate how much cargo we have to compensate to fewer trips. Should the ENVtuber make our original estimates unfeasible, there's simply too many variables. I feel my brow will turn inside out. Perhaps I'll learn an associate so to discover more insight. Okay, 3 out of 8. I've got a lovely idea. Right. Woman's doing better than you are. Hello? I'm not gonna go through all the chat. Because, 1, my nose, and 2, just... there's a lot of talking. Two more. Oh no, 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 no! You mean that? Just one more. Aha! Behold, now, through your efforts, word spread throughout Labyrinthus. Very to a far greater number than we anticipated. Different way are gathering more laborious as we speak. I will assign each squad to a skill. New bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters occur, the attention, watch of them. I could be.
spoken so much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
'Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
If he can wake up.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Who is it?
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
Who? I need to look this up too. I do not remember this person. Oh, her! Oh. Oh.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right here. I am planning to make a Final Fantasy XIV fanfiction. And it's gonna be it's gonna be close to canon, but I am gonna be changing some things. One of these is I'm not letting this character die. Okay? She and Urianger are going to be happy together. I will change that.
Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while. Arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
Okay, yeah, I'm saving this person. Oh god, I'm tearing up.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
That was way too tearful. That was way too sad. Oh, what is it with Final Fantasy and wanting to just make you burst into tears? Oh, Terry. Be assured that I'm fine. I am. Just run up and hug the guy. It's alright, it's alright. Full glad I might see them too, after so very long. Gladder still that I was in your company. Difficult as it was to accept their kindness. Far better hard than I'd face them alone. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Not disappointed resting on their laurels. Several other guests have elected to accompany the countrymen to the stations. Some few may come hither to seek counsel, so I shall remain to aid them as need be. If you are needed elsewhere, don't let me detain you. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes to the west gate. I would go myself, but we both know who she's less likely to scorn. Not to mention that, much my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Until later. Man, why do they have to be so emotional? Oh, jeez. Oh, man, why'd they have to do that? Oh. Terry, what are you doing out here? No, I don't mind you. No, I don't mind if you're here to help with boxes. It's far from the most exciting task, are you sure? Well, I appreciate the assistance. I needed to get these into Emporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimen samples. Try not to be too rough with them. Alpha should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. 3 minutes. Oh, you have the crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. At my gratitude. How'd you come to be involved with this? Then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering as to why we're tasked with bringing these boxes to here to begin with, so was I. Turns out, this is all base of operations. The final say to those what's included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. Should be everything. You carried all that stuff at once! Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. Delicate they look. Not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know that we finished. The Paladin is in the courtyard. You can report to him. Why don't you come along? We should give credit for assistance, at least, considering where we are. Maybe even get something interesting. Out the girl! Rains does it. Quite a for you. Brought the samples from the Hamlet. Series 110? Great. I'll buy the entrance. Ah, thank you. I expected one of my colleagues. But we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. Are you Forsar's children, are you not? Alpha and Alice, at your service. You're well acquainted with Father, I take it. Quite. I'm friends with your parents since the days at the studio. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Yeah, it's been quite some time since we met. It's good to see you again. Wielding your father's mount, no less. You knew our parents when we were young. What were they like? Pray spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you, and as I am meant to be in charge here, and realms and paperwork for submission. You can have that in exchange for the sorts of stories of our parents. Never mind divulge, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents needed to delivery, so how about you each take one? Right there. Thank you. You'll find a form representing various collections near the southmost structure. Hope you kept you waiting long. Never mind Ali and Alfie. I'm certain they'll be back soon enough. Are you not one of the Silence of Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the 8th Amendment. And it's paperwork. Must be underway in this place's will. Appreciate your help seeing these documents in hand at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us. I sincerely hope you signs succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, and so we must circumvent all respects. This is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At heart, however, Charlene has ever been a nation for curious. Tragedy if we were not the ones to smile your pursuit of truth. Fisher, dare say you have time for this work. Twins' papers only be delivered elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning in a moment. We return. Not a scrap of paperwork remaining with her persons, you'll note. She's very eager. You both have my thanks, and apologies for sending you on down far below your ambitions. Why, even as a baby, you struggled out of your swollen clothes and... Quite enough of that, thank you. I was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear, to reiterate. Of course. I've known your father for so long, I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the Lalavan name garnered such respect in Charlene is your family's stored history. You too can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Lalavan's Hope, lineage few claim. I've thought much of it myself. As though our forebears founded our nation, it's simply never happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. 'Twas why the proclamation renounced the ways of war, pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. Has ever been our family's creed. Till your grandfather's time, aye. Arkham the Missoir looked not to the words, but his deeds. He asserted in defiance of his peers, choosing to save the great and the small. The rising tides was true mark of our family's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilization, that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict, every turn was to consist mankind's due. There will be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of one you might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is insolence. You remember his words? Well, indeed. Arkham Louisois lived by a personal creed, and used every means of his disposal to bring succor to those in need. Charlene will know. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet, Forshu could not reconcile Louisois' deed with the philosophy of forebears and his peers. Philosophy in which he believed so firmly, yet made a pariah of his father. Forshu organized over contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? God knows Forshu is a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. But even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day. It's not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was. Kind of dumbfounded grin on not seen since first took offense to your mother. Practically skipping me told me the news. Take my word for it. He loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he's also frustrating in some mind. Once he's decided that given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. Found the annoying habit, beyond the end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say. Thank you for your insight. Next we meet our parents, I shall mention them this way. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. I need the form on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure these specimens are brought to make their proper places. Like Frankie, I'll get them in my hide. We'll speak again later. Hail, you three! Ah, surely Coco hasn't driven you out of the forge already. But it worse no. However, he has sent me a task that requires more than a single pair of hands. And there you are. I could at least use one of you, but I won't jump to more. Unfortunately, Alize and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed long, as such as it is. How about you, Terry? Can you spare the time? Perfect. Shouldn't take long. The event that and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap. As Coco wishes to ready the proverbial hammer to the envelope on his nose. Fabricate these parts, however, these parts, however, he needs the flames of Coco's forge to burn hotter, simply to increase the amount of aether being funneled into his furnaces. The flow of fire is aspected to aether and labyrinthos, regulated by the elemental reactor south of here, which I have the borrowed key. The adjustments will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can't spend much to do that. Where we pop it? To see if Charlie and Hammond when the adamantite arrives, not before. This way then. The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and justify aether to its output. Mind you, a rather amount of water aspected aether will issue from the vent to the top. Aspects attract attention with few elementals, which we would both have rather not be drawn to the reactor itself. Trust me. Can I ask that you put down a that draw the air? Poses the trouble, I'm sure. Right here. Everything goes smoothly out here. Not so much. No major complaints from the speaker inside either. And the water ether appears to be vented properly. I expect they'll see a difference in storage flames by the time we return. So have you? There was another matter I ought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, but merely something I've been considering. Part of this I share with everyone. Yet you, and only you, have been to Elpis. As we've established, refined adamantite is a product of Alec, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which I saw much as part of the Allegan's efforts to extend beyond the boundaries of this world. Diamond, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alleg's empire, encompass the heavens and the stars above. Perhaps the greatest was the infamous technologist Anon. Can you remember his life as Hermes? I believe he had his own reasons. There's no evidence to suggest he had retained his memories of his former life. He only joined the Asians once the Empire was all dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fever? This may seem far-fetched. What if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak? Natural disposition towards what they are inclined. We know with relative certainty that it was a gross distance, its honorable decline of Alec, that moved Amon to resurrect the Emperor's Zandine. The Empire's people spoke highly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. Facilitating Zandine's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own incidents. Or would have, had not Zandine been conceived by his own death, and that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to be the same end. Restore people with a new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Anon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. And both of them sought meaning, that hope, distant stars. Such is my theory. Ultimately, as a consequence of their actions, which matter, the motives are no movement. And yet, to reach the stars and wings of Atomite, travel the ends of creation and beyond, promise of hope everlasting, which I do understand. But enough music for now. Why don't we see if Coltel is going on. Wait, no. Yeah. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Sorry. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little tired and I need to walk around a bit. Anyway, let's continue. Woo! I can feel those flames burning from here. I had to find someone capable, Gra. Not much left for you lot to do. This is conjure that refined antimatter any faster. I do trust you to deliver your promise. I do. I hate waiting. I want that adamantite and I want it now. We show you our patience. I show you. There's truly nothing else we can assist you in the meantime. I wish. The city battle is unbearable. Be the form finds some recreational expectations. Well, as long as they can prove it's intermediate, get you gone. I have mistakes to make. Okay, so I suppose we should return to the key reactor. Have one look to make sure nothing's wrong. Send their better uses for our time, however. For your time, however. I'll join you to Scarlet. Scarlet Hamlet. Whole area.
All set, I take it?
Stella, how you doing?
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Yeah.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperates, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have for the most part been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryo. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Alright.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested with all speed.
Now, where might this delivery be?
Well, I'm into that. Whoa!
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. And a hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamud shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. I played a vital role in keeping a lookout whilst our expeditionary forces secured the adamantite.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hancock and Saraban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and Allegan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of the Kojin. Upon learning of your need, Bunchin bade me deliver it on behalf of the Blue with all haste. Fearing I could not swim here with the necessary speed, however, I thought to beg our Confederate allies for aid. To my delight, Hancock was already preparing for departure at the selfsame port, and had space for additional cargo.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture? When?
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount.
Sorry.
We also had the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Mother!
What?
Amelians.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny tiny toy boat, now can we? And 'twould be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Erenville, you were involved too.
I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlia. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon?
Sid!
And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Sid, you brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite from Mordona's Dalamud Shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryle's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now, far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat Han not have more pressing concerns?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere.
Yeah, how come we haven't seen hide or hair of that little lizard?
Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ajdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Hrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, gave his assent. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
Bugger me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Don't screw this up. Don't you dare.
Then I will bear it with you.
Oh, thank God.
I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family. You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlian's policies. A perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool. Perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope. But stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No. That was his doing, when he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more. And be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong.
You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Amelians. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular.
I can understand that.
I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
I'm gonna try this close at hand.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
Hang on a second. I want to see how far I am until... Alright. Let's see. Bonds of Adamant. Right. Alright. Oh, the next one! Alright. The next one is a dungeon. Alright. Alright, these are good. just rings and bracelets and stuff. So, literally nothing. There is no good loot in this dungeon. Which ultimately stinks. Managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest of the engine is in capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued us an invitation. Once agreed, we all will reveal the means of Heidelin may be contracted. We are to meet him, and Euphoria when we are ready. Given vital knowledge she holds, we will leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Forum's method to speaking with her is not without risks. Curious to hear what it might entail. But regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived at Matite are often to stay and see to the remaining tasks of doing. Forum's already asked some assistance overseeing the process, so needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Emporia now. Terry, I've already shown the others inside. I want to speak to Clarion. She has the key to the lift. Let's see. From here we proceed to the heart of the Labyrinthos, discuss the God's secret. Dancing. Marks the beginning and end of our efforts. Henceforth we live to seek the audience with the star, which we embark on the journey to heavens. This way, please. Wait, no. Whoa. That's the ship. I'm impressed. Oh my god, it's the Enterprise. I want mount of that. I bid you welcome to the pharmacy. Direct your attention towards the center and behold the ark which we have long named. As you can see, it was designed minimum craft, made to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to interior, ensure that the thrust rate ratio does not place too great a limitation on its capacity. Aether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification. We shall reattach it soon. I received word that Coco and several of your allies are working on it with intense vigor. They are sure to see it done. It was by their expertise many prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they would afford us much time to speak with Heidelin if they finish. Point taken. Now let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is a simple feat. Oh, it looks so cool! I want to mount that! I don't when I can't impress according to the gravity of what lies ahead. Bed. Crud! Level 89. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, well. Alright, leveling. Let's see how long that lasts. Who is Oh. This is taking too long. I will try to level up before next stream. I'm not sure when that's going to be for the Final Fantasy one anyway. But as for tonight, I think I'm going to end it. Stay tuned for announcements, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. I deeply appreciate every single one of you. I really hope you realize that. If you like this video and you want to see more content, please feel free to hit that follow button. Make sure your notification bell is on. That being said, my normal stream days are Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. US Central Time, guys. Please don't forget. Except for D&D nights, which are at 5 p.m. US Central Time. I have a YouTube account. It is under the same name. Check it out. I archive all my videos at the end of every week. So if you see anything you like that I have not completed, let me know and I will work on that. I also do have a Discord. Please feel free to join that as well. So tomorrow, as far as I am definitely aware, I am making doubly sure with the group. Tomorrow is looking like D&D night. So please, please, please consider joining us for that tomorrow at 5 p.m. US Central Time. It should be good. I assume so anyway. I mean, it has been good up to so far, so I am not downplaying Aussie's world building or storytelling abilities. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know what I'm saying, honestly. I'm just tired, and the holidays are not helping matters. Seriously, guys. But yeah, unfortunately, due to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I will not be streaming on Tuesday. You know, family stuff. I might stream on Wednesday, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a maybe. That day's a maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. I have anything planned on Thursday? I might have something planned on Thursday. Thursday the 26th. No, I'm free on Thursday. So, yeah, I'll probably stream on Thursday if I don't on Wednesday. So, like I said, I'm tired. So let's find some to raid. Let's continue this party train. Ooh, Fasani. Cheese, yeah! Playing Final Fantasy XIV. She is not as far as I am, thankfully, so we should be good. Spoiler free. Let's join in. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for some D&D fun. Same out time, same out channel. So long. Thanks for all the fish, and good night, everyone.